Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And I have a question for you guys today. XRP just hit $1,000. What would you do? Let me know in the comment section down below. I think it's a really interesting question. What I would personally do, I haven't the faintest of a clue. Because now that I'm thinking about it, $1,000 times my 10 XRP can buy me a nice car, I guess, huh? Yeah. All right, let me know in the comment section down below. First of all, XRP can make it to $6, provided these conditions are met. Well, what are those, right? I don't think there's really too much going on, guys, to be honest with you. I've been expressing in my videos here and even in the live stream that I think that the way for XRP is up right now. I received a lot of criticism when I expressed that because you guys said, oh, XRP is not pumping, XRP is not. Guys, what I was telling you all in the morning was that XRP is resuming with the bullish momentum. And we already expressed that a rejection around this area could come. It did happen. Now, after that, again, I didn't know exactly how low we could go. Our own expectation was right here at about $1.23.7. We did hit the exact area. As you can clearly see, the red dot exactly came to that little bottom. However, we did not close around that area, which is interesting. So once more, let me put it in. Here exactly was our expectation. We did hit roughly I'm going to just say, guys, we hit our target area quite nicely, right? Once more, check back the videos. I don't edit anything out in the past. Everything is still there. And what we expected was to either fall down below, once more, just fall down and go to $1.18.8, which is the next most important area, or come right back up, retest, and then most likely or hopefully breach through, depending on what Bitcoin does. And whenever I see people talk about $6, I'm always thinking, obviously it can happen. If we get a settlement, boom, we're at $6. And whatever these guys are shouting out in the shorter term or whatever, it ain't mattering to me. It don't matter at all. It really doesn't. All this short term and all these price targets, they're not going to help you get to $6. They're going to help you get to $1.35, $1.45, $1.68. You know, those types of small little movements, which you might like as a trader or you might like to get yourself the best buying in opportunity. But guys, when we're talking about $6 per XRP, all you need to know about my opinion from my end is that it is easily possible. And there's, in my opinion, a 99% chance that it will happen if we get a settlement that is positive for Ripple. So, and that's actually one of the only ways in which it can happen. Because you might say, oh, but utility, oh, but this, but that. Guys, there's no other way. If we don't get a settlement on the Ripple forefront, how are we going to go times 4 right now? Then people are buying XRP at $6, not even knowing if the United States sees it as a security or not. I mean, we all know that this is charade, right? But I don't think XRP can go above all-time high being this uncertain right now. Being in this much of a predicament, not having all the power in the United States in terms of exchanges, not having enough, in my opinion, progress right now in terms of utility. No. Once it's finally gotten out of that little corner of negativity, I think it's going to go really, really hard. But all right, attorney hints the documents SEC refusing to turn over could potentially end legal scuffle with Ripple. I found this really funny too. So a lot of people, like even John Dean, are sharing today, like a lot of people are sharing it today, John Dean yesterday, the SEC documents, right? I, of course, covered it exactly the second it came out, but what it is mostly... Oh, I just spilled some water. It's okay, I'll clean it up a little bit later. What people are spilling the beans for right now and talking about is how the SEC doesn't want to give over their own documents and mostly not their own policies, just basically nothing, right? And I told you guys during the live stream, first of all, it's war, and so the SEC is not going to give over anything if they don't have to. They're going to try always reject as much as they can. But also, think about it from this perspective. It's not crazy that the SEC denied to give it over. It's crazy that they could not come up with any better argument than saying, meh, it's not relevant. Because that's the answer you have to a lot of things, but it just doesn't make sense to say that those things aren't relevant. If you can claim another privilege, it's discussable. But relevancy, that claim is so ridiculously weak, it's going to be a difficult little battle. It's going to be an uphill battle. And as I've said before, guys, one of the reasons a settlement might come instead of summary judgment, but a settlement between Ripple and the SEC, is due to this specific part. Once more, it might be so that the SEC doesn't want to hand over some specific documents and would rather settle than give the documents over. It's possible. All right, XRP whale, equity capital UK profits, crypto hacks, and Ripple. In case you missed it, these are the biggest stories of this week. XRP will address transfers $56 million XRP dollars, actually $56 million worth of crypto, or worth of XRP. Then XP will address on the move again. A lot of XP is being sent, a lot of it. Swissquote signs 3-year sponsorship deal with UEFA. Equity Capital UK triples profit, and those are basically a subsidiary of the Equity Group. They have published their annual financials for 2020, and they basically be doing really, really well. I guess pretty cool, huh? I don't know too much about them, but pretty cool. U.S. court orders Ripple to hand over Slack messages to the SEC. eToro appoints Lul Demisi as U.S. CEO. YJFX to change name after GMO acquisition. Crypto exchange Bilaxi hacked. Attacker took control of the ERC20 wallet, which has $450 million worth of digital assets. So one of the biggest hacks like that in a very long while. And I have never heard of it before. It's rather interesting. Though the exchange is lesser known one, the hack could be one of the largest seen in the industry. The exchange did not officially reveal the magnitude, but according to many estimates, hackers siphoned around $450 million in digital assets. And to be honest, guys, I think I should cover that in a 5-minute crypto episode. And I think my mouse is broken because very often it presses twice nowadays. Does that mean it's broken? I think so. Cream Finance lost $25 million worth of AMP token in a flash loan hack. Annoying, but again, that's what you sometimes get with these types of platforms. Admiral Markets, AS, sees a 140% increase in active clients from the first half of 2021. CMC Markets lower FY 2022 revenue expectation between £250 million and £280 million. And there's a lot of stuff here, but last but not least, ETX Capital sees 50% jump in 2020 revenue, client asset touch record. So a lot of these things you might not know because they're either Forex related or just, kind of financially related, but not necessarily crypto. Yet, I just think it's sometimes interesting to see some of this stuff, or if you did know it. You guys feel me? All right. Cardano, XRP, Litecoin, Binance Coin, the low investment, high return alts you need in your portfolio. Yeah. No, yeah, well, it depends. I mean, I would personally say right now, if a friend were to ask me what would I go for, I would say Cardano is still always a good bet because we have the big hard fork coming up September 12th, which is pretty good. With XRP, we have the big lawsuit settlement, some sort of thing like that coming up, so that's pretty good. BNB is always up and running because of Binance, the platform, so that's always a good bet. Solana is really prospering right now, so I mean, Solana is really a 50-50. I mean, it can really go up further because why has it gone up this much already? Then again, it can also come down quite simply, mostly on the basis that, I mean, it's Solana, you know what I mean? It's like, it's gone up so much, so coming down is really not that crazy. All right. So from my perspective, Litecoin is the only one here that's kind of a strange bet. I would never really put money into Litecoin. I wouldn't know exactly why. All right, then Cardano smart contract released to catalyze Ethereum. Surprisingly, the overhyped activation of smart contracts on Cardano may catalyze a variety of layer 1 platforms. We've actually talked about this a couple of times before. There's actually two sides of this story. One is most likely Cardano will overtake a lot of volume from projects like Ethereum because, well, Cardano is just a lot better. Then again, another problem is that Cardano is kind of a slower type of system. Not the actual blockchain system itself. That's not what I mean. It's kind of the idea behind it is rather slow, which means with Ethereum, theoretically speaking, they could think of something quite innovative, and even though it's going to take years to implement, they could be thinking of something new. With Charles and Cardano, as it's peer-reviewed, they won't think of anything new. They will think of things that work and do them, which means ultimately, at some point or another, maybe people are going to be tired of Cardano's slow progress. But that depends, because right now, since it hasn't even started just quite yet, it once more shows how early we are to crypto. But it also shows that maybe right now a lot of interest is going to be in there. And so maybe for Cardano, this specific September 12th date is going to be different than for most crypto projects because, well, it might just really do well. Who knows? Then Cardano's smart contract launch could be the most bullish catalyst for live alt layer 1s, as retail is confronted with the fact that Cardano simply doesn't work. Think longing every layer 1, including ETH, would do well. There's $90 billion of capital sitting in that thing. Yeah, there's right now a really big debate about that one. Really, really big, but once more, that's to be seen if Cardano will actually overtake things and or whether or not it would be a failure. Now, on that same note, they're also claiming that Cardano is a failure or going to be a failure or it is broken. Charles Hoskinson, however, came back on Twitter to kind of talk about that. Here's Anthony Sassano, who said, the first DApp went live on Cardano today. This is already 2 days ago for me. And ADAP fanboys are finally discovering that you can't peer review your way out of fundamental issues. So let's check it out. All right, this is SassoOX over on Twitter. Let's quickly check. It's not really loading properly for me. There we go. All right. So to this specific regard, I believe that Charles Hoskinson made an entire video. He's, of course, the OX already kind of said it, but he's, of course, an Ethereum maximalist. Now, let's quickly check it out. It looks good, but when I try to swap things, all I'm getting is transaction fail. UTXOs are being used this block. Please wait 20 to 40 seconds and try again. Unfortunately, and I hate to say it because it might be painful, critics have been discussing this for years, trying to understand how in the world Cardano is going to implement smart contracts with a UTXO model, which effectively means an app like Uniswap can only handle one transaction per block. They've yet to see an answer to this question. And then somebody else says this needs to be fixed before mainnet launch. DeFi would be almost unusable otherwise. And well, there's really a back and forth right now between what is possible, what isn't possible. And as I said before, guys, Charles made an entire video about it, dedicated. I didn't actually watch that one just quite yet. But you can see already that it's getting pretty hot in here between Ethereum maximalists and, I guess Cardano adopters or optimists. Let's call it like that. Cardano in testnet. You can say it's broken until it's released. You can't say it's broken until it's released. Calling out for Cardano being a disaster, which is rather interesting. But let's see. During a recent AMA, Charles Hoskinson slammed the recent accusations as noise and FUD. Quote, Reddit won't agree. Twitter won't agree. Telegram won't agree. Guys, it's noise and it's FUD. It is truly one of the hardest things in the world to build a truly scalable distributed system that is decentralized and admits Byzantine actors. The Cardano creator explains that scaling smart contracts would require off-chain processing solutions of the likes of Hydra, pointing to how Ethereum is investing in millions of dollars into solutions like optimistic rollups, ORUs. So these rollups, optimistic rollups, specifically optimistic again being one of the options that are out there. It's just called optimistic, and rollups are a specific thing. What they are referring to here is actually taking transactions, for example, or things or some sort of processing off the main chain. And what that allows for is a lot of scalability and extra things. You guys have seen me talk about Polygon a lot before, right? Or Matic, basically, at the time. So that's also kind of one of these things. Do you guys remember the video I made about ZK snarks? You guys remember that? If so, you guys most likely get what this is all about. Now, that's also what they're explaining here for Cardano, that things need to go off the chain to be very scalable, basically. Which is interesting because we really haven't heard too much about it before. Then again, it's also kind of obvious, I guess. You can build these systems in a way where they scale at billions of transactions per second on one system. Well, you can, but then they're not decentralized. Why? It's a triangle. And the more you want in terms of scalability or speed for that matter, the more you're going to have to give up on decentralization. He said you'd have to divide and conquer. You have to batch, you have to pre-process, you have to move things into different domains. Hoskinson also said that it would be possible to create a super complicated DEX as a sidechain if there is enough commercial demand and commercial activity. In the meantime, there are already some workarounds. OCamFi, one of the Plutus Pioneer Program participants, has already come up with a decentralized solution to the concurrency issue. ErgoDex fixes it by means of batching transactions, but it also creates centralization, which of course people are really kind of hesitant of for whatever you want to call it. Hey, we saw a volcano there by David Swartz. Then XP price and Matic price are apparently breaking some 4-month trend lines right now. I guess we really can't say too much negative about that. I'm not exactly sure how it's breaking it though, or really following along with that. You might say that somewhere here at the end of this August, they broke it for a little second, but right now, I mean, breaks 4-month trend line? How so exactly? I mean, we can see the trend line here. So how exactly did it break? You're talking about this 4-month trend line. It looks, however, I guess we just can't see it, right? He's talking about a downward sloping 4-month trend line. Let's see. Let's check it out ourselves here real quick. So they're referring to a 4-month. Oh, we don't have enough history over here on this platform. Let me type it in on TradingView. Let's get a chart going on. Let's actually check it out for ourselves to see if there's actually a 4-month trend line that was just broken. By the way, guys, over on Bybit, right now there's $3,650 worth of bonuses for free. Make sure you go ahead and check it out. Hey, by the way, Bitcoin is moving through, so that's looking good as well, guys. Once more, we have a long position open on both Bitcoin and XRP right now, and theoretically speaking, I would have to add to my long position right now, on the basis that it's breaking out right here. Like I said earlier in today's video, yeah, people were hating on me for it. Let's see. So this is the trend line that we basically saw. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know what other trend line they're trying to refer to. I guess they're trying to put it like this. I guess it works. A little bit like this. Then again, we still broke it a couple of days ago. I mean, if you really start to try and stretch it a little bit, if you put it like this, for example. If you really stretch it a little bit and use some of these points, we just broke it like 2 days ago. But, yeah, definitely not today at least. No. I don't agree with that fully. How else can we put it? Like, no, even then, we have definitely broken it 2 days ago. Maybe this article is from 2 days ago? 1 day ago, okay. And this one, 41 minutes ago. I guess Matic is having a different trend line though, but yeah. And last but not least, VeChain showcases Proof of Authority 2.0 and a $1 million grant program. Just a quick little mention of that, so you guys know about it. All right, guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today.